10 secrets Married at First Sight producers don't want you to know. I'm back. Hey there, hey. In this video, I'm going to expose some behind the scenes secrets about Married at First Sight. Hi, I'm Tamara, and this is Tamara Lynette Tells. So, when you're watching a season of Married at First Sight, have you ever asked yourself, why doesn't he just leave? Why don't they cast gay couples? How come her mama didn't say anything? Well, in this video, I'm going to answer those questions and more. This is definitely a spoiler video, so buckle up. I'm about to take you on a wild ride. Number one, the TV weddings are fakish. Okay, so the ceremony you see on TV, not legally binding. It's all just for us, the audience. The actual legal marriage happens at a courthouse later, usually like the following Monday. Why the delay? Because they don't want the couples to sign the marriage license before they meet. Otherwise, they will see the full name of the person they're about to marry. And that, of course, would ruin the big surprise because the minute they saw a name, they'd be stalking LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, and their soon to be spouse's cousin's graduation photo from 2014. Shoot, you know I would. So, to keep the secret, production takes the couples to a local courthouse after the TV wedding to sign their marriage license and solidify their marriage in front of a civil servant like a judge or a court clerk. Now, what I also understand to be true is the first 4 couples to get married are sequestered individually, not as a couple, but by themselves, while they wait for the final couple to get married, which can take a few days. But producers want to make sure they capture all of their I can't believe I just married a stranger who doesn't look like anyone I'd ever date moments on camera. So they make the couples wait to spend time together until they're done producing the other weddings. Number 2, everyone signs a prenuptial agreement. Yes, before they seal the deal, they sign a prenup. And it's pretty straightforward. What's yours is yours and what's mine is mine. So when a couple makes a big deal about a prenup on camera, like Stasha did with Nate, the whole I need you to sign a prenup to protect my assets drama, it's for the show. Trust and believe they already signed one before they got legally married. I suspect their storyline was producer driven. Number 3, why haven't we seen a gay couple? So during the casting process, they bring a group of finalists in to meet with the producers and experts. They bring all the women in together. Then separately, they bring in all of the men together. So if there was a same-sex couple in the mix, the fear is that the couple could meet or see their partner and ruin the surprise. Now, if they really wanted to cast one gay couple, I believe they could adjust the process and do some of the group conversations via webinar, like on Zoom or Teams, then schedule the top candidates to come in one at a time. Yeah, it would be more time consuming, but it's common to have people come in at a specific time to audition when casting for a TV show. Let's be honest, I'm out here balancing work, life, and emotional support snacks. Planning meals, I got time for that. That's why HelloFresh is in my refrigerator. First of all, every single recipe comes with fresh, high quality ingredients like actual fresh, not sat in the back of your refrigerator for a week fresh. I'm talking straight from the farm to my cutting board fresh. And listen, whether I want to feel like a top chef or just need something easy for a long day, HelloFresh gets me. And yes, you can customize your meals too, because we do not do boring over here. And if I'm traveling or just booked and unbothered, I can skip a week and no guilt, no drama. We love a flexible queen. So you know I love to bring you deals. Take advantage of HelloFresh's incredible offer by using my code TLTFM for 10 free meals plus free add-ons for life. 1 free item per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. Sign up today. Click the link below or use my code TLTFM. Bon appetit. Number 4, after party is taped months later. So here's a sneaky secret. After party isn't filmed after each episode airs. No. This show starts taping after decision day. So when we see the cast discussing what their hope is for their marriage or why they continue to try, even though their spouse is giving them absolutely positively nothing to work with, they are digging into their memory banks to recall how they felt during those moments that happened weeks or even months before. Now, why do they do it this way? Because the episodes aren't fully edited fast enough to tape after party in real time. Because each week they tape 20 or more hours per couple. Producers don't want cast members responding to footage that might not even make the final cut. Since they don't know what the final edit will be, they play it safe and wait until the season is complete before diving into after party. Now, what do you think about that? Number 5, producers are contractually allowed to manipulate a couple or individual story. Now, according to their contract, these marriages are for entertainment purposes. So, if a producer decides to edit in a line someone said in a different conversation to add some drama to a scene, they can do it, and they will. We've all seen the drama. Also, producers will try to guide a conversation toward a hot button topic and drama by the questions they ask the contestants. It's up to the individual or couple to decide whether they want to play along or push back. Now, one example is a story I heard Dom from Nashville tell about her experience. She said producers kept asking Mac what it was like being married to a black woman, but Dom said they never asked her what it was like being married to a white man. Dom and Mac deduced the producers were trying to make Dom's race a sticking point in their marriage, so they made a pact to not answer race-related questions. Often, the producer spoke with Dom and Mac separately. After one of those times, Mac rolled up to Dom on camera and asked her, "So, what do you think about being in an interracial marriage?" Ah, Mac, they wore you down. They got him to crumble and talk about their ethnic differences. So Dom said she lost some respect for Mac after that because he didn't keep his side of their agreement. In fact, the producers have been accused of causing more harm than good in some marriages. Number 6, how do they get the contestants to go through with the marriage? There's a clause in the contract that threatens a $50,000 fine for leaving the show early. Now, this production company is the same one who produces Love is Blind. Now, that show had the same $50,000 clause in their contract, but after accusations of poor treatment by cast members and a couple of lawsuits, they removed the clause from the Love is Blind contracts. I haven't heard that they removed it from Married at First Sight yet, but there have been many couples who didn't move in together and or didn't participate in the marriage. However, if they are still available to film, it doesn't count as leaving the show. Now, if someone completely leaves the show, it's up to the producers to decide whether or not they want to enforce that contract. Number 7, the experts are not as involved as contestants would like them to be. Of course, there's exceptions. I'm sure there are some who can stand the experts and dreaded their meetings. Basically, the experts show up for filming, drop a few therapy nuggets of wisdom, then poof, they're gone. However, I've heard multiple contestants say they wish the experts were more involved. They believe they would have had a better experience, even if the outcome was still divorce on decision day. Now, I thought Gina from Nashville had an interesting take on the experts when she talked about them on YouTube. She said the experts felt like TV personalities who were just there to tape a show. They were kind, sure, but it didn't feel like they were invested in the outcome of her marriage. Number 8, production offers therapy resources after the season is over. The show does offer therapy post filming, especially if things go left, but it can be too little too late for some participants. For example, Lindsay from the San Diego season admitted she had thoughts of taking her own life after taping the show. So the emotional fallout was that intense. Fortunately, she took the show up on their therapy offer and it helped her. But still, the fact that a participant felt that low says a lot about what really goes on behind the scenes. It's a reminder that these people aren't just TV characters, they're real humans going through real trauma. Number 9, who pays for the divorce? First of all, they're not allowed to remove their wedding rings or file for divorce until after the final episode of their season airs, which means in the case of season 18 Chicago, they started taping their season in the fall of 2023. However, the final episode didn't air until February 17th of 2025, which means they had to stay married for a year and a half. So here's the deal. The show will contribute to divorce costs, but only if it happens within a certain time period. If they file for divorce soon after the season ends, the show will help with the cost. However, if they say yes to staying married and stay together for a while, then break up, child, that's on you, boo. Number 10, everyone signs an NDA. NDA stands for non-disclosure agreement. From the cast to the experts to the film crew to Aunt Annabelle, everybody got to sign an NDA in order to be on the show. So NDAs prevent people from spilling behind the scenes tea while the show is airing and even after the show airs. They also require the cast to make their Instagram profiles private until after the final episode of the show airs. I've seen some get away with keeping theirs public though. Like Chris from Boston and Emmons from Chicago were public for a while, as well as a few others. I believe they were given an exception because their IG profiles were also related to their businesses. They are entrepreneurs and not about to shut down access for current and new clients to reach them in order to be on a show. You remember Chris from season 12? I mean, who could forget? The man went off on Instagram after his season aired, dragging the show and the cast for anything and everything. Well, later, he claimed the network hit him with a cease and desist letter. And honestly, I believe it. Producers work way too hard to stitch together these storylines only to allow them to be ruined by the truth. Mm-hmm. So that's my list of 10 secrets. Which one surprised you the most, or did you know all of them? Let me know in the comments. And if you've got some Married at First Sight tea, spill it in the comments, please, because us nosy minds want to know. Meanwhile, they haven't announced when the new season will air on Peacock. I read an article that guesstimated October 2025, but I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, that's all I have for now. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in my next video.